Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another one with me, Miss Whitney B. I'm here going to be following a breadcrumb from a dream I just woke up with. It was a trip. It's funny, I was just thinking that I woke up 3 different times from this dream and went right back to it. It was a trip. And so in this dream, I was in front of like what looked like a stadium classroom, like if you were in college and you were in an auditorium classroom, and I was standing in front and I was teaching, and it was weird. It was so cool, but it was weird. I was teaching about the twin flame journey and what that looks like, and as I look out into the audience, there's like many rows, right? And the bottom rows were beings who've come to learn here in the physical body with me about this journey, and everybody was taking notes. And as I look up into the classroom, it becomes energy. Like, yeah, the people in front, I could tell that they were physically embodied beings and they were taking notes because they were on this journey too. But then the farther back you got, the classroom was kind of shaped like a baseball field, like a diamond. And so the front rows were people here embodied, and then the back rows were people who were not embodied. And I see wings, I see different colors of beings, and it just kept going on and on and on and on. Like, it was so big. It wasn't like a physical classroom in the sense of it was like a room that was closed off. Not at all. As the rows of seats got bigger, it extended out into like the clouds. It was such a trip, because behind the people in the back, in the very, very back, there's nothing but clouds. And so that's what made me think that people were embodied in the bottom and non-embodied in the top. And all of these different people were here to learn about how the twin flame journey works, what those physical steps in physical form actually look like, and just to learn from my experiences. And it was so interesting, because at another point my twin came in, and it makes a lot of sense, because I was teaching all of these people, and it was weird because his higher self was with the game. He knew what was going on. He knew that we had come to teach. He knew that this was a part of the package. But his physically conscious self, or at least what I know as his physical consciousness, was not happy about the fact that we're being watched by everyone all the time. I felt like he was being watched all the time, and he did not appreciate that. But then it was like, when I talked to him about it through 5D communication, spiritual communication, it was like he understood that this was the work we came here to do, and that as the awakened twin, I had a job to do, in the sense of my mission work is to help others understand the journey, and to go on that journey themselves, and to work through the pitfalls and the struggles and the trials and the tribulations, which is a part of the work that we're here to do together if we come into union. And it was so interesting, because he didn't come in until maybe like half the second time I woke up. But the first time, I remember waking up going, okay, I'm teaching. That's right. And I'm here with this big collective of people. And then maybe because I had woken up and I was consciously aware, I realized that I was teaching with that big collective of people, because I go back then and remember and can see very clearly how all of these different beings are here. And when I say like non-embodied, I mean not in a physical form at this time. Like, I feel like maybe many of them are going to be coming in to do this work. Or also, it's very interesting, because it also felt like spirit guides, like different beings who've come to help on the journey of other twins, and that they're taking notes about what I experienced, or how I went through this, or other people that I've known who've gone through that, because I'm surrounded by twins. I learned at the beginning of this year, 2020, I think it was like January, that I'm literally surrounded by twins. I have many family members who are twins, and then in my life, I have a lot of people who are twins. I mean, I can count at least 10 people in my friend circle who I've met in the last year or 2 years who are twins as well. And so, excuse me guys, sorry. Drinking my coffee. It was very interesting, and there was this overall message of be the leader. You're embodied. This is your dance. This is your choice. You get to do the dance. And then also a confirmation in that whether we come into union or not, you're still going to be doing your life's work. You will still do what you came here to do. Now, I'm not saying that most of us won't come into union, because most of us will come into union. But the sense of destiny that was with it, like I knew exactly what I was doing. I knew exactly what I was supposed to be doing. And I had very detailed notes about all the ways in which to go about being a twin and to deal with the twin feelings, and then the alignment of it, as well as I remember one segment being particularly about 5D communication. And so my twin and I are both very psychic, and we've had 5D union now for almost a year, since like November, December of last year, 2019, and it's now October of 2020. And so that was something that I was teaching about how to see that person in your mind's eye and then tell them what you want to tell them. And so my twin and I have excellent 5D communication, to the point where we can be in physical form or not and send each other messages, pictures, songs, different things right into each other's third eye, and then we can see what each other is seeing, experiencing, or wanting. And Spirit was asking me to teach others how to do that. And I had very detailed notes about what that looked like. And so I wanted to do a quick reading. About what was the message with that. Because I felt that was Spirit saying, I walked into my full, like I've walked into my path fully. Like, I just heard full alignment, like I came into full alignment. And Spirit was saying that, again, my twin and I are not in union at this time. We're in 5D union, not physical 3D union. And so I was teaching from that sect of knowledge as to how to get here, how to deal with the big karma. My twin and I are a part of a very select group of twins who come in and do love over and over and over and over again. I've counted so far 7 different times that we have come into union through love. And that is not normal. That is not usual. Let me not say normal, but that is not the usual when it comes to twinning and twins in the physical form. Often we will come in or twins come in and do not do love. They do friendship or familyship or partnership in different ways. But they were saying that I particularly, and others in my group, Soul Deep Intuition, she's another one who is a soul who is a twin flame who has come in and done love with her partner more often than not. And they're saying that we hold a very particular sect of knowledge about how to do union because we've done it before. We've been in physical 3D union many times before. And they're saying that that's the ultimate goal in the twin partnership, or one of the ultimate goals, not the ultimate goal, is union, because then you're bringing your two halves together. Now it's staying there so that you can transcend the planet, because that's the goal in this lifetime, is to get to that place of full union with the self. And then, because that's what the twin is, right, is another version of this self. It's literally if you're divine feminine, then that's the divine masculine version, or if you're divine masculine, that's the divine feminine. And so coming in as a whole self in wholeness to then merge with with your partner in wholeness as well. Both of you have to be in wholeness to then come together and create union, to create the two whole halves making one whole soul. And so, and not to say that we don't have our own souls, that we don't have our own, because we do. You absolutely do. You are one whole being all by yourself. But to unify both sides of the soul is the goal. That's the goal. And that is what this dream was about, is how to unify the soul and how to take the steps to be present, to do the work so that you don't, so that all these blocks get removed. So the work, i.e., looks like, removing any and all separations from love. So whether that's insecurity, whether that's jealousy, whether that's pride. That's something I personally struggle with, is pride. I've been on a spiritual journey my entire life, and I was this awake that I am right now as a child. And I went to sleep for a while so I could learn contrast, and came back into awakening about 10 years ago. And then in the last 10 years, and particularly since I physically met my twin back in 2018, things have really changed. And now I've come to wholeness, and I'm sitting in wholeness now, making decisions that fill my cup and are living my best life. And so that's the goal here, is to come into wholeness, to clear all your karmic cycles and debts out, so that you can come as your whole self to move forward into union, right? Whether that's with the twin or with another conscious connection, with another partner who is consciously choosing to live a whole life. That's the point. And so I just wanted to know, Spirit told me to turn on and record. I usually don't record first thing in the morning, but Spirit asked me to, and so here I am going to record that, and we're going to see what this is about, or recording, not going to, but literally recording, what the message here was. Okay, we're going to use the Sacred Rebel deck. Universe, what is this dream about? It's about following your own rhythm. And so this is about doing the dance of your own. You doing your sacred dance with the universe, your destiny, your light, your love, your following your own path, and not needing to follow others to feel accepted, to feel loved, to feel whole. That this is your path, that this is my path. And it goes back to that wholeness aspect, where this isn't about insecurity, this isn't about pride, this isn't about being recognized. This is the journey for me. This desire to share, this complete, it's so weird because it's like a magnet. It's like it pulls to me when I don't make videos, when I don't share my stories with others. Like I have a lot of friends I share with, and I'm actually getting ready to start a podcast to share more of this knowledge, because Spirit is saying these videos are not enough. Not enough people are interested in tarot videos for this to really affect the masses. But more and more people are waking up, and they're saying that, doing these different things then allow others to anchor in and align in ways that they can get it. And the more basically fingers, more ways the Spirit has, or the more ways, the more channels, the more people that, the more, excuse me guys, sorry, it's trying to interpret Spirit on a foggy brain. The more avenues people have to pursue this knowledge or to gain access to this knowledge, the more people that can actually line up into it and link in, because there's a lot of twins here, a lot at this time, more than's ever been on the planet, at least Spirit is saying in the last 25,000 years. And so there's a select group of us who are leaders, who are guiding all the twins home to each other. So this dream is also about seeing the true you. And so, wow, Spirit's saying that's who I really am, and that's what I'm really doing, and allowing myself to see myself for who I really am and what this journey truly is about. Because they keep just telling me, this is your destiny, Whitney. This is what you're here to do. You've been preparing for this whole lifetime, let alone all the other ones. Because the last lifetime I had with my twin was in the 13th century. And in physical form, that was, 800 years ago, and I have taken lives or been in lives when he wasn't, like separate than him, where we were not in physical bodied together in the same lifetime. And so they're saying like and I'm not alone in this, all of us are here. We have been preparing for this for lifetimes. And so if you're afraid of this work, or it's scary, or it seems bigger than you, know that some part of you, that one of your lifetimes, or many, Spirit is saying many of your lifetimes, has already accomplished what you're setting out to accomplish. You're just doing it in a new way. And depending on your level of awareness, you're seeing the connections to the lifetimes and the things that you've done, which is the true you. This is about the wisdom after the storm. And so this is about gathering wisdom to share with others. This is a full moon. It's about fertility. And this is the crown chakra with all that purple. So fertility through the I am presence. And then I think this is representing the Merkaba. He's carrying, I think it is. I think he's carrying the Merkaba. And so the Merkaba is where we gain access to all of our lifetimes. And so basically this is just a message of how the more in alignment with you are, the more that you line up with all that you are, and the more knowledge you have, and the easier and easier it is to come in and fulfill the contracts and what you've set out to do. Next, we have power of attraction. And so what you are seeking is seeking you. This is alignment. When I was little, like very little, I knew I was a twin. I told my mom when I was like 3 years old that I had one man that I was going to marry and spend my life with and have children with. And it was so cute because she was just like, oh, is that right? And I was like, yep, that's right. And he's a black man, and he's really smart. And I told her all about him. And I didn't physically meet this man until like 2018. And so I was telling her all about like how many children we'd have, the work that we would do. I would, they always make fun of me because I was like such a little prophecy. I would tell them all of this like deep esoteric knowledge about, how the path is in your hands, and your maps, your life maps are in your hands. And that, actually it's funny because I was just talking to my aunt the other day when I was like 7 years old. I told her about what's happening right now and how we were going to go through this total system-wide change, and that we would culturally, if not physically, go back to the old times. And that is all what 2020s are all about, is going back to the old way of doing, in the sense of being connected to the earth and to nature, and using nature to heal us, and having tribes. Like, yeah, it's not literal physical like indigenous people tribes, but it's tribes of our own people, communities that we build through our own laws of attraction and anchoring them into this physical life. And so I was telling her all about that, and her and I had lunch the other day, and she was like, do you remember that? And I was like, I do remember. And I started laughing because I was like, she disagreed with me. She was like, no, we can't go backwards. Like, that's not a thing. Like how modern we are, we can't go backwards. And in a sense, she was absolutely right. Like, computers aren't getting left out of the game, but we're going to be going from this very self-focused and very separate from everyone mentality and way of being, into being very unity consciousness focused, meaning we're all connected, we are all one, and building our tribes around that through our likes and dislikes and desires in the world. So you're going to notice that in the next 10 years, you're really going to start lining up with all the people who feel like home to you. And we're just going to keep building communities from there. And so it's kind of cool. It's really profound. It's pretty cool. So last but not least, we have what you want wants you. And so back to those desires, like, we can't help what our heart calls to. When your heart calls to something, your heart just calls to it. Last week I was in a whole battle with my head and my heart, because my heart wants what it wants, but my head is like, we have to be practical. We have to make solid choices that serve us in wholeness, and just following the whim of your heart is not going to do that, Whitney. And so I had a beautiful Reiki session by a good friend of mine, Michaela Lopez. She has a Facebook page if you guys want to go check her out. She's amazing, and she does these amazing Reiki healings. She works with with the Tao and with calligraphy and with Master Kuan Yin. And so her energy is just above and beyond gorgeous. And she helped me to create this alignment between my head and my heart, which then allowed me to move forward and let go and realize that they don't have to be in conflict or at odds. We can have both. And so Michaela, shout out to you. I'm grateful for you and I love you. But last but not least, we have Heaven Sent. And so this dream basically was telling me that I'm in alignment and that Spirit is listening. And it inspired me to get up and do something out of my average and make a video this morning, but also to be more diligent about following my breadcrumbs, because I get a lot and I don't always listen because I'm like, well, is that valid, Spirit? Is that really something I need to do? And Spirit's like, yeah, it totally is. Can you do the work? Thanks. So we're going to grab one more deck of cards. I'm going to grab this Lightworkers Oracle. And then I think that's what it's called. I love it though. It's so beautiful. It's such a wonderful deck. Okay, universe, give me a couple of cards about what this dream was about. Dance with life. And so again, that's another rhythm with following your, or another synchronicity with follow your own rhythm. And so just doing your own dance. Where do you feel called? And then hearing the call and taking the call. Then in Rama, what are you being called to? Literally what I just said. Following your heart. And see, once you see the true self and you know who you truly are, then you can follow your heart's desires and your heart's calls without any struggle. This is about playing and having fun. Life is not always so serious. That is definitely something I can work on. I'm a Cancer Leo cusp sun and a Virgo rising, and my Virgo rising can be very serious. Like Virgo can be so serious and very practical, and my Cancer can be so emotional, and I'm born in the last degree of Cancer, the last degrees, which means that it's the sign itself then is like exemplified, like amplified. And so I can be really emotional and really moody, as much as I can be so loving and so fun and creative and all those things. But it's just about finding a wonderful balance between being hardworking and diligent and having fun and being soft and sweet and gentle and kind. Next card is Keepers of the Earth. And this is about you're not alone, and ancient ancestors stand beside you. And so, which is exactly what I saw. I seen angels. I seen outer beings. Like, I seen all kinds of different beings. Like, I work with a Palladian collective. I'm from Pallades, and I definitely seen Pallades. I seen the blue people. I seen angels and different beings with wings, and I just seen so many different things. It's kind of hard to process. And the farther I get, not hard to process, just I don't know, it's like human words don't accurately express. Like it's like half the classroom was levitating and floating, but the desk was right there and they were all there, but there was no matter around it, just the desk itself, just a part of the extension of the room. And so like imagine a room with half of it just being air, but still going up just like an auditorium, but all these beings are just floating there, taking notes, listening. And it's cute because at certain points I can see them talking amongst themselves, like, oh my god, that's how you do it, or who would have thought that, or whatever. And there was a lot of studiousness in the room and a lot of actually gratitude. Like, it was funny, it was serious. It's like we were studying for an exam, and this was serious work. But also awe and amazement. So many people are getting ready to come on this journey. I know a lot of the children coming in are going to be twins themselves, and twin meaning twin souls, and also physically twins. Yes, there will be a big boom of twins. Spirit just showed me two different sides. One side is the twins of twins, and then the other side is single children coming in, but who are also twins. My daughter, she comes to speak to me a lot. She's been speaking to me my entire life, but in the last 6 months, she's been bringing a lot of visions about how she's coming and what she's come here to do, and just she told me herself she's a twin, and that her twin will be coming in this lifetime, and that she's looking for unification as well. and that she has chosen to be the child of two twins, or of twins, so that she can really do what she's come here to do, because the vibration of twins is very, very high. We have one of the highest vibrations in the entire planet, just due to the level of work we've done, and the soul elevation level. Because not everybody is a twin. That's not real. Not everybody is a twin soul. And even if you are a twin soul, not everybody embodies in each lifetime with their twin soul. And some will not come into union this lifetime. But for those who are on the journey and physically practicing and doing the work, many of you will come in to union this life. Okay, last but not least, we have take a break. This is about a life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. This is about not running and not feeling like you have to monitor every step. You have to watch your every step. That was something that it was hard for me. I can be very diligent and very studious and very driven when it comes to accomplishing my goals. And I definitely get on that treadmill and have to get my ass off, because then from that place I get into this like stuck energy of, oh my gosh, am I doing the right thing? Am I saying the right thing? Am I taking the right steps? Blah, blah, blah. And Spirit's like, calm down. There is no right or wrong. All there is alignment. So either you're in alignment or you're not. And if it's not alignment, then you're using that contrast to calibrate towards alignment. And even if it is alignment, you're still calibrating towards even more alignment. And so this is about following your intuition, trusting the niggle. And it's what is niggling trying to tell you. And so this is about just following the intuition home to the soul family. And so just trust yourself. This was basically just about inspiring me and trust and encouraging me to trust. And then any others who are experiencing these same things, or who will be experiencing this thing, because Spirit is saying this may not resonate with many of you right now at this time, but in a year, in 2 years, in 4 years, this is going to resonate with a lot of people, because more and more are going to be getting on the journey. Our first group is coming in to anchor in to show others how to do the work. And so there's more and more just going to be coming. And so if you just stop by to listen and it doesn't resonate, that's totally okay. And even if it does resonate, or some of it does, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And keep yourself open to wondrous experiences and opportunities. Anything can happen. They're also saying that this can be used for a soulmate union as well. Even if you're not a twin and you're just looking to have a solid conscious partner and to anchor in a conscious lifestyle, you can definitely use the same steps as a twin is using to do all the wholeness work. Because from that wholeness is where when you are in full wholeness, that is where that's the magic, or the energy that creates worlds. You have the energy within you that creates world, that divine spark. And so don't be concerned. Don't be worried. If you are a twin and you're on this journey and you're just like, calm down, breathe. It's going to be okay. And know that whether you come into union or not, you will still do the work that's needed here in this lifetime. You will still fulfill the goals. You will still fulfill the mission work, and you will still accomplish your quote unquote destiny, what you set up for yourself here in this lifetime, and the work that you've chosen to do for the divine, or for the all. And so cheers, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, happy twilight if that's where you're at. I wish you guys a beautiful day. Thanks for stopping by and listening, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and to leave any signs, symbols, or synchronicities down below. Did this resonate with you? And if it did, or you have other dreams like this or experiences, I would love to hear about them. I love hearing about your guys' journey. I wish you wellness, and I will talk to you soon.